What if I told you that someone I knew was able to build an email list and increase their sales in this process by 73% and add an additional 450 subscribers to their YouTube channel and an extra 800 Instagram followers and over 1,000 new people that were on their Facebook page? Now, that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you in this episode, by the way. So if you are interested in learning exactly how this person did it, stick around because that's what we're going to cover in this episode. Hey, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you click the little bell icon so you get notified when I go live with a new video. Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Amazing Seller Podcast. This is episode number 810. And like I said, I'm excited because I'm going to share with you a recent case study by one of our students, one of our Academy members inside of Brand Creators, the Academy. All right. Now, what we're going to do here in this episode is I'm going to cover with you 5 different steps that they used in order to do this. All right. Now, the cool thing is when you're going through this process, there's a lot of other benefits that come along with it. All right. Now, before I do dive into this episode and break everything down, I did want to remind you that if you are interested in building your brand and taking it to the next level, or just adding additional channels, whether that's traffic channels or revenue channels, whatever it is, if you are interested in learning more about that, I've got 2 things for you. Number 1, head over to brandcreators.com. That is where you'll find our brand growth validation checklist. And it's exactly showing you how to identify in your market if you can even do any of this stuff. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2, if you're interested in joining us inside of Brand Creators Academy, if you're listening to this before April 11th, because we're opening on the 6th, you can head over to that same URL. Okay, that's brandcreators.com, and we are open for enrollment. If you have downloaded the Brand Growth Validation Checklist, we'll also be notifying you to let you know that we are now open for enrollment, which we only do a few times per year. All right, so if you're interested in that, check that out. All right, so let's dig in here. This is exciting. Now, you probably know by now, if you're listening or you're tuning in, you know that I'm a big fan of building out your brand. But what exactly does that mean? Well, when someone comes into Brand Creators Academy, or if we're helping someone grow their brand, we look at these different areas. And it usually starts with, hey, are you driving traffic externally from a website or from website content? Are you building an email list? Because those to me are some of the most important things in your business that will allow you to leverage that and then diversify your traffic and your revenue streams. All right. So the first thing that we did here with one of our members, and all of our members for that matter, is we start to break that down, and going through that validation process will help with that. But here's what she had going into this. Okay. She already had a business up and running. Okay. And a lot of you watching, or some of you, not all, probably have either a physical product or maybe a few, and you've started down that path. All right. And from there, you're like, okay, well, and especially right now, because we're going through this whole coronavirus thing, your sales channel might be stalled for a minute because Amazon is not shipping anything for sometimes 3, 4, even 5 weeks, depending. You can't ship any product in. So your business, if you were relying on that, you're kind of on hold, right? So what we're thinking about here when we're going down this road is really, how do we, keep that business rolling, with revenue and traffic when something like this happens in the future. All right. So right now, that's where they were, get it, in the past. But now what she decided to do was start building 2 different assets. Okay. One of them is her website and her blog traffic. Now that's a little bit of a slower go because you have to create the content, you have to post it, it has to get indexed by Google. And then from there, they'll start sending you traffic. And that generally is 3 to 6 months before you even see anything happening. But when you build an email list, you can add a little bit of gas on the fire, because what we can do is we can drive traffic to the content, and we can start to communicate with these people. But what she did, and I'm just going to give you some of these numbers real quick. All right. she was able to build an email list, which is an asset, a traffic asset that is, okay? And you can leverage that for revenue, and we'll get into that. But she was able to build a list of 9,366 active email subscribers. And this is it. This is within 28 days, by the way, okay? So from there, she was also able to, let's see here, add 450 YouTube subscribers, okay? And I'm going to tell you exactly how this all happened, by the way. She was able to add an additional 800, actually, if my math is right here, 805 Instagram followers, and then also an additional 2,000 people following her Facebook page, all right? And this is all done within a 28-day window. And then here's the other cool thing. She was able to get an extra 2,000 people to come to her website when the month before there was only 100, all right? So that's what we're talking about. But this was all done. Oh, wait, I forgot. Also increased sales by 73% from the past year and it was one of the best sales, the sales times ever, even going back into fourth quarter. Okay. So, and I'm going to read some of the stuff that she wrote here in our group so I can share it with you guys. But basically what we're talking about here is she went out there and found what her market was looking for, that they would be willing to throw their name in a hat in order to win this thing. It's what we call our lead magnet contest giveaway. All right. And so from here, and it's really important. I'm going to go through these 5 steps that you guys can take away from this, but I just really want to kind of set the frame here. Is she was able to identify what her market would be interested in. We call this a lead magnet. And then from there, get them interested and ask them to enter into this contest, this giveaway. And all they had to do was enter their name and email address, okay? But then when you incentivize them by, hey, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or if you watch a video, or if you go to our Instagram page and follow us, you'll get an extra entry. Okay. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but just bear with me. I get excited about this stuff because it's pretty powerful. So she already had a product selling, or some product selling. Okay. But she wanted to diversify traffic and revenue. I already talked about that. Okay. Now, from there, what she also wanted to do, of course, was drive sales. Like, who doesn't? If you already have products, you want to drive sales, right? Well, by doing this, she was able to increase her sales by 73%. We're going to talk about that. So let's get into the steps, all right? Step number 1, okay? And you can take this and kind of apply it to your own business, see if it's a fit, see if you already have this stuff done. And from there, you can just take it, plug it in, and see what happens, all right? So number 1 is you need to know your market. She knows her market. Actually, we did a deep dive session for her, and we were able to identify a few other pockets in the market. And again, we go through this in Brand Creators Academy, but also in the Brand Growth Validation Checklist. So if you haven't gone through that, make sure you do. It's totally free. And I actually have a video of me walking you through that process. All right, so brandcreators.com. Check it out. So you got to know your market. You got to know what is going to get their attention. What is that lead magnet, as we call it? Okay. What's going to get their attention enough for them to throw their name in the hat? Okay. Their email address. Now, number 2 is the contest or the giveaway. All right. This is where once we find out what the market wants, so let's say it's the ultimate bass fishing kit, because we're going after the bass fishing market. So what we would do is we would create a page, a landing page, as we call it. And from there, we would put this on there and we would say, we're giving away the bass fishing ultimate, fishing kit. And all you need to do is enter your name and email address for a chance to win. Now, there's some other components here that really, really drive the results, okay? Especially when we're talking about having them, maybe subscribe to your channel on YouTube, or watch a video, or your Instagram followers, or your Facebook page. We can incentivize that through our page, okay? Now, you can set this stuff up manually, or we have a plugin, which, yes, a little shameless plug here. It's called Giveaway Boost. And what this does is it sets all of these different components up on the front end and the back end. So once they enter on the back end, it'll say, hey, congratulations, you've got 1 entry now. Want some more? All you need to do is go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Go watch this video. Go to our Instagram. And each one of these is an action they can take to get them another entry. It also gets us to be able to communicate with them, but also for them to share us with their friends, family, and colleagues, okay? So that's a pretty critical part, and that's how she was able to get these extra resources, okay? So then from there, once we have the page set up, we have everything ready, right? We've got the lead magnet, we've got the page set up, we say exactly what we're giving away, and we're getting them to raise their hand. How do we get traffic there? The simplest way is you got to pay for it. Okay. Now you don't have to. If you already have a following or you already have an email list and you want to try to get that thing to basically go out there and reach more people, you could just run a contest or a giveaway within your own email list. Okay. But if you have a social media account and you have some followers, put it there. If you have an influencer that you know or you want to reach out to and pay them $100 to post it on their page, then go for it. But the easiest way, the fastest way that we've known to do it is through Facebook ads. You can target like really, really laser targeted. And from there, we can then get the lead magnet out in front of the right people. All right. And so what we do is we usually will run a Facebook ad. Now, we recently did this in a case study as well inside of the Academy where we document all of it. We expose the niche and everything, but we built a list almost the same size, actually. Let's see. Hers was 9,366. Ours was 9,332. It's kind of funny. I didn't realize that. And we did that in 30 days. Now, let me just kind of go over the next couple of parts here, and then we'll break down some of these numbers, okay? So, and I'll get into the Facebook ad stuff as far as like how much she spent and all that stuff, okay? So now number 4, let me back up. Number 1 is you got to know your market. You got to get your lead magnet. Number 2, you need to create the contest or the giveaway from what you're giving away as far as that lead magnet goes. Number 3, you need to get traffic, targeted traffic, Facebook ads, okay? Number 4, okay, is we need to give additional ways for them to share it, okay? So a couple of different things. Like I said, if you have the capabilities of allowing them to get more entries, there's other, giveaway or contest type tools out there. Ours, we just built because we needed these extra features that we didn't see out there. And we wanted it to be able to be used internally. So we offer it as well. But what you want to do here is even if you don't have these other components and you're building the list, you want to follow up with that email list to remind them to share it. Okay. And if they share it, you'll have other ways for them to get more entries. Okay. So we're just incentivizing them. So number 4 is really incentivizing them to get more entries by them taking an action. Okay. And that could be, like I said, follow the Instagram, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, watch a video on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. All right. So that's number 4. Number 5 is once the giveaway ends, we want to make an offer. And this is only if we have products. So if we already currently have products, an easy thing to do here at the very end is announce the winner, congratulate them and say, hey, you might not have won, but what we want to do is we want to reward everyone that entered. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to give 25% off our fishing tackle box set or our ultimate, bass fishing lures for the next 3 days. Receive 25% off, something like that. Okay. And that works really well when you have your own products. But if you don't have your own products, it's okay because we can still then just drive them over to some content that we've created and start building that relationship. So let me recap that one more time, and then I'll get into some of those numbers. All right. So number 1, know your market, what they want, what will get them to raise their hand. All right. That's our lead magnet. Number 2, we need to present that to them on some type of page, a web page. Okay. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be a web page. We like to have a countdown counter to show them how long it has before the contest. We're going to pick a winner. Number 2, we want to show the stuff in pictures in like a carousel. We want to be able to have a very easy way for them to put their name and email address in. And then from there on the back end, we want to have some features that they can have some new entries or added entries by them taking some actions. Okay. So that's that page. Very important. It's really, really important to have that page so those things can happen. Number 3 is the Facebook ads. Okay. And again, if you don't know anything about Facebook ads, I mean, you can You can find stuff on YouTube. There's a ton of free stuff out there for basic Facebook ad stuff. And that's what we're talking here. We're not getting too fancy. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is give them more ways to enter. Very, very important step there. And then number 5 is when the giveaway ends, you want to follow up announcing the winner, highlighting and spotlighting the winner, but then also letting them know that they're a winner as well, because you're going to give them a discount. Now, if you don't have that discount, just follow up with some good content. Hey, sorry you didn't win. We're going to run another one of these. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. We're going to run another one of these in the next month. So stay tuned. In the meantime, go check out this here, the Ultimate Bass Fishing blog post or something, right? Just something that gives them value. Okay. Really important stuff. So let me get into the numbers and then we'll wrap this up. So the giveaway results were this. Total spent on Facebook ads was $1,200. Now you might be saying, Scott, that's a lot of money. I don't want to spend that. You don't have to. You know, you can do it free. Like I said, I gave you some ways there, or you can spend $300 and, see what you get for that. Okay. You don't need to have 9,000 email addresses. All right. So $1,200 was the total cost there. The prize, her cost was $300. So a total of $1,500. All right. That $1,500, let's break this down. She got 9,366 email addresses. Now, this is also after she cleaned the list. She took all of the unsubscribes, got rid of them, and then just only had the ones that were still on the list, okay? Now, total cost of lead there is 16 cents, okay, for an email address, which is crazy. We are always willing to spend up to $1 per, if they're targeted, if they're the right people in our market, all right? So really awesome stuff there. All right. Now, the other thing is from this, okay, so we looked at that, like $1,500, that's a lot of money, but in a business, it's really not. It's our ad budget. It's what we're doing to create a list that we can always remarket to. We can always get them to help us by sharing, giving us feedback. There's so much that happens within that email list. We can even take it, little ninja thing here. We can take that list, upload it to Facebook and our ads manager, and then do a retargeting campaign or even a lookalike audience. So there's a ton that we can do with that list. Okay. So that's that. Now, here's the other thing that we're kind of looking at, like, oh, these are bonuses. These are like we like threw this in for free, right? Is website traffic. Okay. The month before she had 100 visitors. This month, 2,000. Okay. So we added 1,900 visitors. Okay. Now, Facebook likes on her page, over 2,000 new likes. Let's just throw that in. Let's just throw in 2,000 likes. Let's just throw in 1,900 extra website visitors. Okay. So we just threw that in. Plus we have the email list, right? The other thing, Instagram. 1,105 total, up from 300. So if I'm doing math here on the fly, that's 805. Okay, now YouTube subscribers, 450 extra subscribers. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw an extra 450 YouTube subscribers just because I feel like being nice, right? Just because it's a byproduct of this. All right. Now, those are all bonuses. Now, here's the big bonus, 73% up in sales. So let me read what she wrote here. Separate bonus from this giveaway. My sales are up 73% this month from this month last year. Okay. Also, this is the best month of sales I've ever had. Wait a minute. Let me back that up. This is the best month of sales I've ever had, beating out the Christmas shopping season. The increase in exposure of our company has made a huge impact. All right. So a lot of benefits there, guys. And I don't know if you see that this is a common thread that I'm sharing with you guys. I've been talking about building a list for your brand as a traffic asset. And then the content side of things just goes really, really well with this, because as we're building out the content, we're waiting for Google to index us and start sending us traffic. Well, in the meantime, we could be taking that email list and sending them over to our website and our blog. And if you have stuff for sale, it's going to automatically allow them to see it because it's on your blog and on your website, right? Now, if you don't have any thing for sale, well, we can start creating affiliate offers inside of our content. So all of that stuff is what we talk about inside of Brand Creators Academy. So like I said, if you're interested in joining us, or if you just want to go through the brand growth validation checklist and get an idea if this is for your business, go to brandcreators.com. All the information will be over there. All right. So hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully this has got some ideas for you to think about in terms of your business. But I would say email list building is still going strong. I've been doing it now for over 15 plus years in all the businesses that I've run. And I'm going to continue doing it because guess what? It works. And you're building a relationship with your audience, your market. And there's just so much that you can do with it. And we just scratched the surface here today. All right. So this is episode 810. If you want the show notes, the transcripts, head over to theamazingseller.com/810. You can get it all over there. And one last thing, if you want to check out Brand Creators Academy, head over to brandcreators.com. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I am rooting for you. But you have to. Come on, say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. Take action. Have an awesome, amazing day, and I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now go get them. Boom, boom.